There are some things you need to know if you want to heal from addictions. So, what are addictions really? Addictions are, simply put, a searching for connection in order to soothe ourselves in place of connecting with ourselves and fulfilling our needs and wants so that we soothe ourselves. So addictions can be over shopping, overworking, overeating, alcohol, drugs, people pleasing, codependency. It could be anything that you use to seek satisfaction and happiness other than seeking it from within. Having no boundaries is addiction as well. It is not respecting the self and what the self needs. And therefore, you cross your own boundaries in order to seek satisfaction. So this is why addiction happens. And if you know the why, the how becomes easy. The how of getting rid of an addiction becomes really, really easy. It shows you what you can do in order to replace those addictive behaviors that you don't want to have ever again. But before we get into how we actually do that, let's dive into why we have addiction. There's a variety of reasons. So let's dive into what causes addictions. There are many, many reasons that lead us to seek connection to things outside ourselves for satisfaction and joy and pleasure. And these include trauma. Trauma happens as change. But if a person hasn't had the ability to cope with change, to thrive despite of change, and in spite of change, and because of change, they're going to be burdened with the change without the ability to handle that change. It's like being given a sports car and you don't know how to drive. Okay? So that's how trauma can cause addictions. So you don't know what to do with all the extra stuff that you have been given, i.e. trauma, and you're just trying to feel better, okay? You're just trying to feel better, and therefore you seek addictive behaviors because that is instant. That's going to give you the dopamine hit, right? So without all the coping skills, you're going to be defaulting to addictive behaviors. Addictive behaviors can also stem from fear. So if you're really fear-based and look at things from a negative viewpoint, you're gonna want to feel good sometime, like it's gonna be a bombardment of like media that doesn't sound good. It sounds doom and gloom. There are people telling you the worst case scenarios. And the thing is, the ego does give you the worst case scenarios anyway, because it's trying to keep you safe all the time. And it gives you like, oh no, that, they don't like me, that sort of thing. And you're like, not really, but the ego does that. So a lot of fear, which stems from the ego, can lead to addictions. Neglect can also lead to addiction. Like if you're not taught that or validated that your emotions matter, that your seeking for connection is natural and desired and absolutely normal, and you're invalidated for your emotions, you're gonna want to feel good because you don't know that how to handle or transform not feeling good to feeling good. So of course you're gonna go into addictive behaviors. If you're burnt out, right, you are very likely to go into addictive behaviors because your internal resources have been expended and you don't know what to do. Like that is crossing your own boundaries. And, you know, addictive behaviors would make a lot of sense because they are an instant way of feeling good, bypassing what you truly need and instantly feeling good. That could be brain injuries as well. And brain injuries, in essence, they are trauma. So, you know, like you're given this, you know, thing to your brain, you know, occurrence to your brain, and you have to learn how to deal with it. But because you haven't learned how to deal with it, it's easy to seek addictive behaviors to feel good. Or if a person has been brought up to be instantly gratified, like they don't know distress tolerance, they haven't learned how to handle things themselves, and they are given things, you know, they are saved from themselves, it's easy for them to fall into addictive behaviors as well. So lots of reasons why a person can default to addictive behaviors. So how can we replace addictive behaviors with healthier ones? How can we replace addictive behaviors with behaviors that benefit you, truly, wholly you? By taking some time and slowing down so you can discern what else you can do. And because the first step to change is awareness, now you are aware of why addiction happens. So let's move into how we can replace those addictive behaviors. It's a lot of shadow work. It's a lot of inner work. It's a lot of reflection. And it's actually the best part of the addiction, because this involves discovering who you truly are without the addiction. Now, change is scary, okay? And discovering who you are can be a scary process to begin, okay? But I promise you, when you get further along, it actually becomes extremely fun, because you're like, okay, bring it on. How can I become more of myself? How can I find out what truly pleases me? How can I do things that I like and fills my cup so that I can possibly benefit everyone around me? The essence of addiction recovery is seeking connection with yourself, because addiction is seeking connection with things outside yourself for satisfaction. So we need to turn inward. No more outside sources of joy, although that is not in itself something undesirable. You know, one can always seek sources of enjoyment outside ourselves. It's only when we inherently feel that there is something undesirable about those seeking behaviors. And that's the thing. You have to want to recover. Nobody can want that for you. So if you're not there yet and you're watching this, I have very, very great hopes for you, because you wouldn't be watching this if you didn't, in some way, shape, or form, want to recover. And it's a beautiful journey. Scary, but eventually it gets beautiful. And you're gonna feel so good, because a journey of 1,000 steps starts with just one step. One very scary step. One step feeling like, you know, you don't know whether it's gonna work. And that's the step that only you can choose to take. Because I know too well the feeling of wanting to recover, but at the same time needing those addictive behaviors, because those addictive behaviors are actually helping you. And this is an important acknowledgement of addiction. The addictive behaviors are actually helping you in some way, shape, or form. It's helping you stay safe. It's helping you be happy. It's helping you stay sane. It's helping you get by. It's helping you live your life. It's helping you get your work done, get your studies done. It's helping you be a normal person. So give credit to the addiction, okay? Give credit to yourself for having the addiction, because you're incredibly resourceful, and the addiction is actually one aspect of how resourceful you can be. So, you can be actually grateful to the addictions, like thank you, but your services are no longer needed. And thus, you may be able to embark on the journey of a connection to yourself. The thing is, addictions show us that we have passion. That is actually a misdirection of passion into addictions. It's simply just a misdirection, it's channeled into behaviors that don't serve us. And the objective is not to actually get rid of the source of addictions, which is passion, because that is so important. That is our life force. You gotta have passion in order to live out your best life. So the idea here is to rechannel your passion into something else, something that pleases you, something that helps you be who you want to be, who you need to be, who you're here to be. And oftentimes, I've seen people with addictions regulate their addiction so that it actually helps them. If a person is, a little bit obsessive over things, they obsess over other things that can help them fulfill their life purpose. Be an entrepreneur, be an artist. If a person overthinks, they become a writer or a storyteller. That sort of thing, Like, it's rechanneling your passion from something that harms you and something that you don't want into something that you truly want. So addictions are helpful. It's just that they can be channeled to better things, helpful things. And I'm very curious as to what your thoughts on these issues are. So I really, truly welcome comments. So leave them down below. Contact me on my socials, let me know, and we can have a discussion. And have a lovely day.